Alright, welcome. So, I've done some speedrun videos, I've done some modded level videos and stuff like that. And I truly started speedrun this game only a few days ago, about a week now. But I wanted to make a video where I show you guys like a walkthrough through the whole entire game. Yeah, this is the editor here. Right? If you want any of the mods or the mod packs downloader and stuff like that, I can make a separate video on it. Just let me know how to get the mods, the tiny hammer, the different loads or different tons of maps, the pot customization, the customization of everything, all the fancy stuff like that. Just let me know in the comments. The first part, I'm pretty sure everybody can do the first part. You just climb it, you know. And for this part, the best method that I found is when I land down. Why am I tattooed? I also wanted to bring up some settings that I have. Um, I disable VSync, motion blur, keep full screen on, makes the game run better. That I found on most games, and then trackpad tuning. Now this is a big one. You might just want to adjust your sensitivity because you could have sensitivity way up here, and turn this on. It goes down there. It kind of messes with your sense a little bit. Turns off mouse acceleration. It's really good. A lot of speedrunners use it. Me personally, I'm at 1100 DPI right now, I believe. Sometimes I run 1700. That's mostly on like games like Apex and stuff like that, though. Just kind of flip it around a lot, but I usually have trackpad tuning on, and I lower this, and then I don't know if this one matters or not, but I disable these two and turn on trackpad tuning, and just adjust your sensitivity to your liking. But the best method that I found once you get over the tree is that if you land down here, you know, you got a good grip, you can kind of just raise up, just kind of slowly climb it, or you could like big climb it, just kind of like whatever happens. And then we have this area. If you're down here, you can also do a pogo, which is where you just put the sledgehammer underneath you. Now, see, if I pogo like this, I'm going this way. Because my body is tilted, so I gotta straighten out the hammer, and then I can go straight up. So that's how a pogo works. So if I stand right here, I'm gonna get to that fucking the paddle up there. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna straighten out the hammer, and I'm gonna straighten out my mouse so it's not crooked or anything. It can be slightly angled, not too much. But the more straight your mouse is, the better. And then you just want to go straight down and then crank. After you do like the straight down part, just crank it this way and just straight back up. Just hold it till you catch it. Then once you catch it, straight down again. Just be patient with it. And you can do that pretty much the whole way up. And then right here, just kind of, this part's sometimes a little wonky. Do a pogo up there. But with this pogo, when you're trying to scoot like slightly forward and up, you're gonna want to go from like right here, or like it doesn't matter where it is placed. Go from like right here and just go down and to the left, and you go to the side a little bit. Then right here, you can also just do the same thing like that. The paddle, straight down and straight up. And then right here, the best method that I also found is to get a grip right here and just full on swing and just try to catch the upper rock, I guess you could call it. Then right here, you'll see a lot of spinners go like this and like all the crazy stuff, right? But you can just slowly put yourself up on this rock, and then just pogo down to the left this way. You'll be fine. And then we got the good old chimney. Now I still have trouble with this. I'm not gonna lie, but usually I just go for a pogo up, and then just try to wrap around the sledgehammer to my left when I'm going through there, and then stick it up and try to catch the first one. There's also the wall jumping method, but I suck at wall jumps, so. And then if you get in like this predicament, just do a light pogo, and you try to catch the rock over here. You shouldn't go flying off the edge unless you overdo it. Then you need to lower that sense or something. Then right here you can either swing yourself off the fridge like this and go up, or you can sit on top of the fridge and then you can just do the straight pogo up, catch it, and just take your time with it. Now everybody has their own methods. One method might work better for you, or you might feel comfortable with one more method than the other. It's kind of just personal preference. You know, like right now, like I'm falling a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But you also, another thing is, you gotta play the game for a while to get the mechanics down or get a feel for the mechanics, and then you won't fall as much. That's why the game is like easier the more that you play. That makes sense. So now this part, I set myself on the corner. I just extend all the way, bring myself to it, and just kind of rock yourself over there. And then I slowly lift myself onto the barrier, bring it down, and we're Gucci. Now we have two options here. We can either do the slide skip, or we could do the normal way. Oop. Or we could do the normal way. Now, for this part, a lot of people get mad at this part. They get really, really mad at this part because they keep trying to climb this part right here, the side. They're like, why am I slipping? It won't climb. Oh my god. I can't do nothing. And they just sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours. This is where people get stuck. Alright. So, how to help with that? You can either scoot up closer and just bring yourself up here and land, and then pogo and try to grab the rake. Okay. And then you could also just you could probably land up here if you're trying to do it really safe. Yeah, you could land up here. And then so this is kind of like the same thing with Orange Hill, is what we call it. We call this blue slide or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Just kind of keep the same momentum going all the way up, just to keep it nice and smooth. Because the slide is pretty slippery. Let me just take this part really smooth. Really slow and smooth. And then you could actually pogo from right here to the top right. So we're just going to do a downwards pogo and just catch it. We're not going to pogo down to the right or anything like that. And right here, we're just going to slide off these boxes and lower ourselves down. And then you're going to want to, like, how do I explain it? Just kind of watch my mouse cam. And then you just want to hold your mouse to the right once you do it. Just kind of like let it slide off, or you can do like a little jerk to get the sledgehammer off it. And then you catch these boxes right here. Be nice and patient with it, because you made this far progress. For me personally, I usually go like this to get up there. But I've seen others, they will do it in other weird ways. They'll go like this and like this. Don't do that. I really don't recommend it. The two ways I recommend going up to furniture is doing the slide skip like that and catching the boxes, or catching the stairs. Mostly the boxes is safer. If you catch the stairs, it's more of a speed run. And then when you're on boxes, I recommend just kind of taking it slow, just going like this. This is kind of like the wall jumping method, which I'm not the best at. Oh, I got stuck. It's kind of like the speed run method of it. And then right here, the best way to do it is to pogo off the chair, straighten it out. Just go to the left a little bit with your pogo and just catch the camera. Sometimes it'll be bouncy, it's okay. So right there, make sure your hammer's not stuck, and then just swing up and try to get up here. It's kind of like the easier part of the game, if that makes sense. Now coming up after this little chair right here, my hair is on, I usually go like this and lift up and just straight to the left, because right here, if you fall, you're over here in this area with the boxes again. And then when you get to orange, you know, or when you fall off orange. Okay, so when you get to orange, right, you don't have to push the orange. It's like a tradition for every player that's ever played this game to push the orange, but you don't have to. Now this one's going to be really, really simple. Just line yourself up. Doesn't matter where you are on the table. You could be fucking over here. You could still make it, you know. But it really doesn't matter where you are on the table. Some people go like this. You know, they'll do it the speedrun strat. But if it's your first time, obviously, while you're watching this video, you're just gonna just go in the corner or like the middle of the table. Just do like a little pogo and just catch the rock, just like the paddle, but it's like a little pogo, and just swing yourself up. Now, the very first method that I found that worked for me when I first started playing is to not go fast. Just scoot yourself as close as you can to the rock, and then look how I'm moving my mouse to that like it's like an outer circle kind of stuff, or say. I'm sliding, but I'm trying to maintain it at the same time. And I just get up here. Now, right here, you can do one of two things. You can place your sledgehammer right here in this area and do a downward kind of to the left of a pogo to reach these rocks. And then you can do the same thing up here. Just keep it slow, outer circle kind of motion. And then you can continue the rest of the game and go, I'm going to beat the game, you know. Or you can climb the next rock, which might be safer, not going to lie. Or you can scoot yourself really close to this one, if I can get it properly. And then you can fully extend and try for this one. But that is the slipperiest rock, I'm not going to lie. That's why I don't like climbing it. And I just go the other way. Oh yeah, forgot about this part. This part, same thing, pogo. I'm sure you can puzzle it. You can either swing up to the next one, or you can take it slow, which is what I did pretty much. Just took it slow the whole way. Just pogoed off each one. Right here, your hammer can get stuck on the thumb, like that. Look. So it takes a second to unloosen. So just be really slow with it. Don't jerk it around, you know. Because some people just like speed by it, you know. But, or you can do that. They'll get their hammer stuck and then they'll go flying off this way, back all the way down to the bottom. And it's just not like it's not a fun thing. Down and to the left when your hammer gets stuck. And then you can start going down. And then just do like a little pogo and just catch it. And then right here you can full on swing up and just let your mouse just stay upwards. You can either catch this part or you can catch this part. Either one's fine. You can get right over that. Then all this is kind of very self-explanatory. Just kind of go along the building. Now we have the hat. The actual first challenge, per se, besides Orange Hill. What I do is I place my hammer right here, kind of like on the outer side of this middle rock, and I have to make sure my mouse is straight. I have to look at my mouse and make sure it's straight, because if it's like this, It's kind of funky, you know? It's going to the right, and if it have it tilted to the left, it's going to go to the left a little bit. And I don't want that because I want it going straight down, if that makes sense. So I placed my sledgehammer right here, kind of in the outer middle of the rock. Make sure mouse is straight, and just fully extend it and try to grab as high as I can. Sometimes you will need to rush and just fucking go like that once you're done with the pogo. I can't talk. Just woke up a little bit ago. My bad. Now we have anvil. Now this one can go one of two ways. You could either set yourself right in the corner and make sure your mouse is straight. You can have a little bit of curve to it maybe. And just pull down and to the left. Now remember, the more you pull, it's not going to send you farther. Look how hard I just pulled right there for that. And then now I'll just lightly do that. It doesn't matter how hard you swing your mouse. And then you can either go like that, or you could bring your hammer right about here and just go down to the left. And it'll kind of give you like a faster way of getting up there. But it's less efficient because sometimes people will do more of a circle instead of to the right and down. But I found it to be pretty inefficient. I also just don't have enough practice with it, so it could be more efficient. But yeah, usually I just bring the corner right here piece and then just kind of go up. And then right here I do a little pogo up. And then you just set myself on the corner right here. Then you could do a pogo down and to the right and just swing and try to catch it. Now just trust me on this. Just set yourself up for a decent swing like this and just catch it. Then right here, just put yourself on the other side of the snowman, because this is a snowman that we're on top of. And you're going to do down and to the right. And then you're going to do down to the right and just swing over and catch it just like the last two. Just like this and like this. Now we're going to do the same exact thing that we just did on the last one. We're going to put ourselves on the other side. Down and to the right. Swing over, catch it. And then we're going to do the same thing one more time. Sometimes you don't need to catch it. And right here, you can just do like a little pogo down to the right, slightly. And then you're up to the bucket. Now you can fall down. You could fall down to the church, or you could fall into the mysterious land of the snake. Pretty crispy, pretty magic. Now, the best way to do this is just kind of sit to the left or the right of the bucket, do a straight pogo, and just kind of let your axe just try to catch it. Now, if the bucket gets to really swinging, like if it's really swinging, just try and time it and try to hit the bucket with your body. That'll slow it down. You should also try hitting it with the hammer a little bit over my head. Now, once the bucket slows down and you catch it and you got like a weird grip on it, it's too much to the left or too much to the right of the bucket, it probably won't work out too much, especially on the right side of the bucket. But if you get like in the middle, you can rock the bucket by just slowly going like that, you know? And just doing one like little pull down to launch yourself upwards after you're done with the little swing. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, see, I'm gonna swing it to the left, swing it to the right very slightly, and then I stop the bucket. Sometimes you'll just try to fly past it, or they'll try to land on top of the bucket and pogo it. Like, it's not gonna work. But if you're on top of the bucket, you can just lift yourself off, place your axe somewhere nice, and then just start swinging yourself again. And then try to catch this wood right here. Just bring yourself over. And now the anvil. Remember the anvil jump? Yeah, we're doing that jump again. So, right here, we just place ourselves in the corner. Make sure you're touching. And then down to the left. And just try to catch. If you don't make it, just try to swing back to the left right here. It's like right when your hammer and the wood right here is about to touch. Down to the left. And then catch it and bring it up. Right over the icy mountain, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. I don't remember the name. There's little notches in the mountain. Like right there, there's a notch where I'm safe. But sometimes you're not. You can follow these notches all the way up. You just gotta find them. Just kind of depends on where they are. You'll notice when your sledgehammer starts to go into the mountain a little bit more than usual. So right here, there's none. Right here, there's one. And I can actually pull up a visual of all the notches if you guys would like. So here's is actually all the notches in the mountain. So you can either go like this and land in them very slowly. But there's also the notch right here. You're kind of forced to find another way up to it besides going like this. So you can either go back in the notch and pogo up to it and hope you catch it and then go up. Or you can... Oh my. Or you can just kind of full send to it and then just try your luck to get it past it and then just continue forward. On some spots you really don't need notches, but just kind of figure out your own pace. And then right here on the second part, there's two parts of the mountain. On the second part, you can ride the notches all the way up. All the way. As long as you're just patient with it, you can ride it all the way up. Now right here you have kind of three choices. You could either take the last notch, fully extend, and then pull yourself up like that. Or you can not go back to the bottom, you know. Hang on. Let me go back up there. Just scoot ourselves back up here real quick. Da 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 da. Right there. Alright. So yeah, you can either go like that. Sometimes you just really don't get a grip on those notches, I'm not gonna lie. So you could either go like that, or you could set yourself in the notch and pogo and grab up here. Or you can kind of land above it, the notch, and then go up. It's kind of like whatever you want to do. It's your own preference. And then right here with the shopping cart, doesn't move, you're Gucci. And then just going to do a downward pogo up here. And then a downward to the left a little bit right there. And I try to swing off the first satellite to this part of the satellite dish, the radio tower. And then I just kind of do a full swing up. If I don't make it to that one up there, then I just pogo off this if I land on it. Now right here on this one, your hammer will get stuck. Just treat it like the thumb, down and to the left. And then you can, once your hammer gets unstuck, just land on top of it. And then you can fully extend and just launch upwards. And then you pretty much have already beaten the game. Unless you really fuck up on the meteors, then you're going back down to wherever the game wants you to go. Because if I push down right now, I'm going back to the tower. But you just hit the meteors. One thing that I would know about the meteors is that if you get stuck underneath one, for say, right? Don't just push yourself to get around it, because you could push yourself down. To be very careful with it. You can't just push yourself really hard. It's to be very smooth, very nice. Like this meteor right here. Hit it with my hammer first. I'm just going to slowly go like this. And then once I find a good enough spot, launch myself up. And then you beat the game, you get the credits, you get the end of the mountain. And that is for you to see. It's definitely worth it, I promise you. And then there you go, you beat Bennett Foddy in his own game. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the video. Peace.